This is Vee Trades, and today I'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown for Palantir Technologies. The last time I looked at this company was back on July 6th, so we have lots to discuss. Before we begin, please take a second to give the video a like and subscribe for more chart analysis. Also, thank you to those who already subscribed and like my videos, it means a lot. Just a reminder that this video is for entertainment purposes only and does not constitute any financial advice. We will start out the technical analysis by going over what I see in the daily chart and then see the potential price targets. So the first thing that I'm going to do is put a vertical line on where I left off for this company, which was back on July 6th, which is right about here. And then I said in my prior analysis that Palantir was going to go to the lows of the range because that's what price action does when it's inside of a range. It goes from the lows to the highs, or the highs to the lows, and these are the lows right here of the range, and these are the highs of the range. So this $21 level is the lows, and this $27 level is the highs, and that's what happened. So we came off the highs and we went to the lows, and then once price was at the lows, we couldn't break out. Price found support, we bounced here, and then we bounced again, and then it slowly started to trend higher, and then the EMA was acting as resistance. And then right when the earnings came up, they gapped up higher to push through it, and now it looks like we probably could potentially pull back to the $22 level, $23 level to fill in this gap right here. There's a gap right here. Price closed way down here but opened up here, so there's a gap right here, so we could fill it and then continue higher if we find support and go to the upper side of the range. So just real quick, I'm going to show you guys the prior downtrend channel that Palantir was inside of. Looks like it was once inside of this one right here. Go ahead and change the color for you guys. Let's just make it red. So inside of this red downtrend channel, and then price came up short right here. We couldn't touch the lower side of the channel, and then it led to a breakout side right here. And then we made two legs down to a new low, which is pretty much perfect price action. Happens numerous times on any market, on almost any time frame. So it was the first leg down, and this was the second leg down to the new low. Made a new low, stopped out this person right here who went long. We exceeded the measured move by just a little bit, but then we slowly or sharply came back inside of the range. And between these two legs are even two smaller legs. So this was the first leg up, and this was the second leg up. So that's pretty much marks the center of the pattern, and that's why we got the second leg down. So if we have two legs up, pretty much that marks the end of the uptrend, the one over here, and then we led to that next leg down. So then Palantir went inside of this channel right here, this uptrend channel right here, and then we had a breakout side and moved to a new high, and then we sold off because we found resistance at the upper side of the range, and we were far away from the EMA, and we just had the breakout side of the trend, so that pretty much marks the end of it. And then we went inside of this downtrend, and the same pattern repeated again. So we're inside of this channel, we had a breakout side and moved to a new low, and then we found support at the lower side of the channel. Found support a few times actually. It bounced right here, the green candle bounced again, we bounced one more time before continuing higher. So my prediction is that we will probably come back to fill in this gap, and then we will continue higher to the upper side of the range. And then if we don't find resistance there, we could break out to this level right here. So if price breaks outside of a range, it usually goes the same distance that the range was, the size of the range. So it looks like Palantir could reach this $33 level or $34 level, and it makes sense because there's a gap over here that needs to be filled right back here. However, if Palantir cannot break out to the upper side, we could fall back inside of the range and then continue lower. And if it does break out on the lower side of the range, we could reach this one right here, this price target right here, this $15 level. However, I don't see that happening. I feel like most likely we will break outside and upper side of the channel and then continue higher. So if we don't reach that $34 level, we could just make this second leg up right here. This was the first leg up right here, and then if I just drag it over to the end of the correction, which is about right here, it looks like we could reach this $30 level, $31 level, excuse me. So it looks like we could reach this $31 level or $34 level. So either one, if we break outside on the upper side of the range, right around here. And just to show you that there's measured moves all across this chart, you can see Palantir made this leg up right here, and then if I drag it over to when it started all over again, the uptrend, pretty much a perfect measured move. We just missed it by a little bit, or my arrow could be a little off, but pretty much that's not a coincidence, you know. Like, how can we go right around to this target and then sell off? So there's measured moves throughout this market on smaller and larger time frames. You just have to keep an eye on it and know how to use them, and they can give a pretty good indication of where prices are headed. So that's pretty much everything I have for Palantir on the daily chart. I don't have to look at the weekly chart because there isn't that much price action to discuss. Looks like this company just IPO'd last year, so it's still fairly new, and there's still more price that needs to be printed to the chart. So in summary, it looks like we could pull back to test this breakout at the $23 level and test the EMA one more time before continuing higher, and we'll probably go up to the high side of the range. And if we don't find resistance there, we could break out, and we could break out to the $31 level or even $34 level, and it makes sense because we could fill in this gap. And if we do continue much higher, we could probably even make a new high, or even a really large leg. If you combine these two measured moves together and drag it over here, you know, that could go up to like the $50 or $60 level. But however, we're going to take this slowly, day by day, because anything can change. So, but most likely it looks like we're probably going to pull back to fill in this breakout in the gap, continue higher, and if we continue higher, we'll probably break out to these targets that I discussed. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. Make sure to check out the rest of the channel, since you might be surprised on what you could learn. Leave a comment down below on where you think prices are headed. Also, share the video if you want your friends to learn about the markets. Lastly, I appreciate any feedback to help improve the channel, since I want to deliver great content to you guys. See you next time, and bye.